How's it going, guys? Today I'll be installing a new turbo manifold. This is a jackspania 60 millimeter wastegate sidewinder turbo manifold. I wanted to give it a little review before I put it in the car, see how the weldings look, see how everything looks inside and outside before I put it in, and give you guys an opinion, see if this is worth the purchase. Let's start by looking at the welds, see what kind of welds, quality welds by any means. I am not a welder myself, so I'm just giving it a honest opinion from a customer. So I'm just regular Joe Schmo buying a manifold and giving you guys an opinion of how it looks and everything. So but just looking at the welds all around, well, it looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm not a welder myself, but welds look pretty well. Doesn't seem like they're too bad. Even the runners, they look high quality. I am liking it. Brand jackspania 60 meter wastegate. Yeah, I like the welds. Look pretty cool. Nice and different colors like it should be, I think. Looking at the inside of the wastegate. See if I can get it to go around. Yeah, they look pretty good. The flange. It's welded up inside the flange too. Something funky is going on with my camera. I don't know if you guys can check out, but yeah, it's welded inside and outside. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. Yeah, so far it looks high quality. I can't see anything that will be alarming. This is a T3. They do offer it in a T3, T4, and by that I mean it does have the T3 flange and it's drilled out for T4, so you can run two turbos or two different kinds of turbos, T3 and T4. I bought the T3 just because they had this on a special for Black Friday, so I'm gonna be installing this manifold on a 95 Civic EG hatchback. Mine is right hand drive, so luckily I got the brake booster on the other side. I do have a bunch of wiring going this way, which I gotta figure something out. If the turbo's gonna sit on this general area, I gotta move my fuel filter since I got aftermarket fuel lines. So stick around. I'll install it. I'll put in the turbo, and I'll give you guys an idea of how it looks in there. If you're still running heater, see where the lines will go. I don't have heater on mine, so won't be no problem for me, but I can kind of show you guys how it will look if you were to run your heater lines in here, and see what other stuff there is for yours, on the difference between the right hand drive and the left hand drive, and see how it fits in there. Well, here's my progress. I took out some of my intercooler piping. I took out my turbo. In my previous video I was explaining that I was running a log manifold for K series with a GT 3582, decent turbo, 1000 C injectors, 450 fuel pump, and the car only made 250 horsepower, so that was disappointing. That's the reason why I'm upgrading to a better manifold. According to the tuner, the problem was the log manifold. You just had too much back pressure and they couldn't get it to do anything. So I got the turbo out, intercooler out the way, a couple of lines out the way. Again, because the car is right-hand drive, I feel like I'm gonna have to move some stuff around. For sure, you have to definitely always move your fuel. This is my old manifold. Just by looking at it, I didn't see anything alarming that would make me think that it was a bad exhaust leak or a boost leak or anything. It's just that just might be the problem, that these little cast manifolds don't make that much horsepower. I haven't dealt with them much till now. So yeah, I mean, I imagine this thing is good for like 250, 300 horsepower tops. And this is the upgraded one. So yeah, I can't wait to get this thing in there. So let's keep going, see how far we get. The kit does come with its own gaskets and bolts. The difference between the stock cars, the K series exhaust manifold gasket and the kit and the gasket they supply on the kit. So this one has like a bevel around it, and this one's flat. So I'm gonna run this one. I imagine this one makes a better sealer since it has a little lip around it, and this one's just kind of flat. So I'm gonna be installing this gasket instead of the OEM one. One of the main reasons that I went with this manifold, it was due to, like I mentioned, the price tag on it. Pretty affordable. All the other manifolds are kind of out of my price range. I would love to buy like a KLM or something else, but it would take me a little longer to save up the money, and I gonna drive my car, so the price tag drove me up on it. Hearing from other people's stories, seeing videos, Facebook groups, it seems like the sidewinder has its flaws where he boosts creeps, and a 38 millimeter wastegate isn't enough for him. Even putting two, it's kind of like, trying to get it to work. The 44 millimeter wastegate, I couldn't find that much of info on it. So my thought, just seeing from some of the high horsepower race cars, they run E gates and 60 millimeter gates. So I just figure the 60 millimeter gate will be, a perfect choice. So I wouldn't have to be dealing with boost creep and boost problems, since I already had boost problems before. So that's one of the main reasons that I chose this manifold. I don't know if the 44 millimeter wastegate will be better. That will be something that I might look into coming up. Just seeing what issues they have, seeing what problems with boost creeping they got. But again, that's the main reason that I went with the 60 millimeter wastegate, just because everybody says that, they work, they're able to freaking hold a boost and make everything that you need to do. So that's the main reason that I chose the 60 and the price tag too. I apologize for the mumbling, guys. I work on the car by myself, so it's kind of, wrenching on it and trying to film a little bit. I like making these videos, I enjoy them, and I kind of want to review some parts just because for the fun of it. I know sometimes you look at a part and you're kind of like, oh, should I buy it? How would it fit on my car? Has anybody else ran it? So I buy some of these parts because I say they're affordable, and I just like to see how they fit and show it to other people. If that's something they're interested on, they can see them on the car before buying it. So if I remember correctly, the coolant lines come through here and go around and out the firewall from the manifold. Seems like you got plenty of space to get them back there and around. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but if you were to run a heater, I think it will be okay. Mine doesn't have it. The brake lines look to be fine back there. Mine just has a bunch of clutter here, but even with the turbo sitting on this general area, think there'll be plenty of room. The manifold is pretty tucked up against the motor. Having space would be the problem for your gate. So yeah, I mean, everything else back there seems fine. Nothing seems to be touching. Alright, well, I got the manifold in there. It's pretty tucked up against the motor. Everything's bolted up. There's plenty of clearance back there. But unfortunately, on my Civic, like I mentioned, mine's a 95 Civic hatchback, right-hand drive. The 60mm wastegate does not fit. It touches the firewall and it's super tight against the firewall. So it doesn't have any clearance. There's just no way to get it in there. Maybe if I was to get like some kind of adapter to like move it somewhere, but that just, I don't know about that idea. But yeah, unfortunately for the Civic right-hand drive, this manifold might not fit on other right-hand drives, unfortunately. I do have another idea. I do have another Civic that I'm working on too. This one has a bull boost sidewinder with a 44mm wastegate. I'm thinking of just switching manifolds. When I put the wastegate, even on this manifold, if this was to be a 60mm wastegate, you got plenty of room in here on the firewall. As you guys can see, all of my brake lines and everything is tucked out the way. So I don't know if I shouldn't think that the brake lines, if you were to have a stock car with the stock lines, I don't know if that would be a problem. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. So I think on my next video I'm gonna switch manifolds and then give it another review, I guess. See how it sits on a left-hand drive. But unfortunately, on the right-hand drive, it's a no-go for me. Maybe I can get a smaller wastegate. By looking at the pictures, they all look similar. So I don't know, there's a smaller gate with the head kind of smaller. So maybe I'll look into that. But for my plan, it seems that I might just have to switch manifolds on cars. So this is my review on the jackspania 60mm sidewinder for the K series on a Civic hatchback right-hand drive. Thank you guys.